Welcome to Home with Justin. The very first principle that defines a cottage garden is the embrace of bountiful, overflowing life. Look at how these flower beds are not contained by sharp, neat edges. Instead, they are a glorious tumble of plants, spilling over onto the pathways, reaching for the sun, and intermingling with one another in a dense, lush community. This isn't about control, it's about curation. You are the conductor of a beautiful, chaotic orchestra. The benefit of this approach is immediate. It creates a deeply immersive experience. You are not merely an observer of the garden, you are in it, surrounded and embraced by its beauty. Let's talk about the journey, because in a cottage garden, the path is everything. Notice that none of these paths are straight and direct. They meander. They curve. They invite you to slow down. Whether crafted from weathered cobblestones, crunchy gravel that sings underfoot, rustic flagstones, or even a simple mown strip of grass, the path's purpose is to guide you on a voyage of discovery. Each bend in the path is a promise of a new view, a different color combination, a hidden corner. This clever design trick not only adds charm and mystery but also makes even the smallest garden feel significantly larger and more intriguing. Now, consider the color palette. At first glance, it might seem like a random explosion of every color imaginable. But look closer, and you'll see a masterful harmony at play. Some gardens choose a softer, more romantic palette, weaving together shades of pink, lavender, powder blue, and creamy white. This creates a serene, dreamy atmosphere. Others are a festival of vibrant contrasts, sunny yellows dancing with deep blues, fiery oranges next to rich purples. The secret is to plant in drifts and clumps rather than single, isolated specimens. This creates waves of color that flow through the garden, much like a painter would use broad strokes on a canvas, resulting in a cohesive yet dynamic visual feast. The structure of a cottage garden is deceptively simple and relies on the power of layering. Against the charming backdrop of a brick or stone wall, you'll find the tallest plants, the thrillers. Think of the majestic spires of delphiniums, foxgloves, and hollyhocks, reaching for the sky. In front of them sits the mid-layer, the heart of the garden, filled with billowy shrubs like hydrangeas and, of course, the quintessential English rose. Finally, at the very edge of the path, are the low-growing, spillers, plants like lavender, catmint, and creeping phlox that soften the hard lines and make the walkway part of the garden itself. This layering creates a sense of depth and enclosure, making the space feel like a secret room. One of the most magical elements of a true cottage garden is its partnership with nature, particularly through the use of self-seeding plants. These are clever flowers like poppies, forget-me-nots, columbines, and daisies that, once planted, will gently sow themselves throughout the garden year after year. They pop up in the cracks of a stone path, nestling between more established shrubs, and create delightful, unplanned combinations. This allows the garden to evolve and have a life of its own. It's a beautiful surrender of complete control, resulting in a garden that feels less designed and more divinely inspired, surprising you with new gifts each spring. While the overall feeling is informal, every great cottage garden has a strong backbone. This structure is often provided by permanent plantings, especially climbing plants that marry the house to the garden. Look at the romantic climbing roses, their fragrant blooms cascading down a brick wall, or the lush ivy that softens the corners of a stone cottage. These vertical elements are crucial. They draw the eye upward, add a sense of history and permanence, and create that feeling of a garden that has been lovingly tended for generations. They are the anchors around which the joyful chaos of the perennials and annuals can dance. The architecture of the home is not just a backdrop, it is an integral player in the garden's design. The rustic charm of the cottages, the weathered wood, the textured brick, the slate roofs, is the perfect companion to the softness of the flowers. The garden doesn't seek to compete with the house, it seeks to adorn it. The plantings seem to grow out from the foundation, blurring the line where the structure ends and nature begins. This symbiotic relationship is what creates that quintessentially charming and picturesque scene, a perfect harmony of the man-made and the natural. A cottage garden is a feast for all the senses, not just the eyes. Imagine brushing past a clump of lavender and releasing its calming, herbal scent into the air. Consider the heavy perfume of a rambling rose on a warm summer evening. Think of the gentle buzzing of bees as they work their way through the blossoms, a sound that is the very music of a garden. Textures invite touch, the velvety leaves of a lamb's ear, the delicate fronds of a fern. By choosing plants for their fragrance, sound, and texture, you create a garden that is a truly therapeutic and holistic sanctuary. Finally, the most profound lesson from a cottage garden is the beauty of imperfection. A fallen rose petal on a gravel path is not a flaw, it's part of the story. A corner that has become a bit wild and overgrown is not a sign of neglect, but a haven for wildlife. This style of gardening frees you from the pressure of maintaining a perfectly manicured, sterile environment. It celebrates the natural cycles of growth, decay, and rebirth. It is a relaxed, forgiving, and deeply rewarding way to garden, where the goal is not to conquer nature, but to dance with it. As you stand at the threshold of such a garden, you realize it is more than just a collection of beautiful flowers. It is a feeling. It is a whisper of history, a celebration of life's simple pleasures, and a reflection of a heart that finds joy in nature's gentle, untamed beauty. It is a reminder that the most enchanting places on earth are often the ones that feel like home.